you done for me. You and Riyadh Singh.
You must
The job ain't done
return.
yet.
Yeah.
The job ain't done yet.
Yeah.
But listen,
Saturday, deliver the job.
but listen.
The world is buzzing about the matchup that puts a four-division world champion against an undisputed king. Pundits and fans are completely divided, with arguments raging over who has the edge in skill, speed, and strategy. But while everyone is debating the obvious, Gennady Golovkin has revealed the single devastating element of Canelo's game that he believes Crawford simply cannot handle.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes with boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Gennady Golovkin knows Canelo Alvarez in a way no other fighter does. For 36 tough rounds, he faced the Mexican superstar, feeling his power and analyzing his every move. Golovkin's take on the Crawford fight cuts through the noise. He believes Canelo's most dangerous weapon isn't just one punch, it's his signature fighting style.
Boxing IQ. He's a very good fighter. He's stronger. He is very compact. He is like a bull, you know. He's a smart guy.
Well, Gennady Golovkin responds, and this is what he had to say, quote, he says, Terence Crawford won't have a problem with Canelo's power because he doesn't have any power.
This isn't about wild brawling, it's about calculated, relentless pressure. Canelo's ability to stand firm in the center of the ring, absorb the best shots from his opponents, and methodically break them down is frightening. Golovkin argues that while Crawford is a brilliant fighter, he has never faced anyone who combines Canelo's size with that unique fighting intelligence. Crawford usually controls the pace and dictates fights from a distance, but Canelo will close that gap and force him into a fight he isn't suited for. Golovkin warns that Crawford might have a slim chance, but only if he can survive the intense pressure of the first 6 rounds.
Canelo, the biggest challenge of your professional career.
100%, yes.
He is the best opponent you will face.
He is, yeah, of course. Come on. Right now, this is the biggest fight in boxing. Come on. Third fight for us, you know. Canelo, everybody knows Canelo, you know, it's the biggest gift for people who really like boxing. Everybody's different situation, different way, different everything, you know, like, come on. Last fight in Canelo, he looked different, you know, not like a 168, 75, no, because different situations.
He's not a regular guy, you know, right now I'm very happy because I have this fight because it's, you know, different level. I'm very interested.
Is it hard to concede that he's the best fighter you've fought, considering all the animosity around this fight and promotion?
Of course, he's, I don't know, best or not best fighter of my career. He's a real very good fighter. He's 100%.
Good night.
If Golovkin's warning wasn't enough, Abel Sanchez, Golovkin's former trainer, offers an even grimmer prediction. Sanchez, who has seen Canelo's power firsthand, is clear. When asked how the fight would go, he bluntly replied, "Canelo is going to crush him." He acknowledges that Crawford's speed may win him the first few rounds, making Canelo appear slow. However, Sanchez warns that this is part of the trap. Once Canelo finds his rhythm and starts landing his powerful punches, even on the arms and shoulders, the fight will change dramatically. He compares the impact of Canelo's punches to being hit by a huge truck. Sanchez believes the real issue is Crawford's foundation. He doubts Crawford will have the leg strength at 168 pounds to stay mobile for 12 rounds, meaning he won't escape the punishment from the bigger man. This is a serious warning from someone who had a front row seat to Canelo's destructive abilities.
I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
You really think because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168, is going to make a difference.
We've seen this story play out before, and it rarely ends well. Just ask Kell Brook. He was an undefeated champion and a master boxer who moved up in weight to face Gennady Golovkin. The result was a broken eye socket and a brutal defeat. Now, Brook is voicing his concerns for Crawford. He explains that moving up in weight is not just about gaining muscle. It changes fighting styles and how one absorbs punishment.
You know, it's a wow. It's a wow fight, you know what I mean? It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I knew when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's it's okay, but when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but Crawford's very, very, very good.
He highlights the difference between Crawford and the one fighter who outboxed Canelo, Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather used constant movement to frustrate Canelo, never staying still long enough to be hit. But Brook points out that Crawford's style is different. He's a skilled counterpuncher who needs to be planted to deliver his effective shots. That works against smaller opponents, but can be a fatal mistake against a powerful fighter like Canelo, who will still have a target to hit.
Well, I don't know, I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more, he kind of sets his feet. He's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. Both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience, and just his ring generalship. He's got confidence. He's big. He's strong. Crawford's more of a smaller guy, sharp fighter. He's number one as well. But like I said, in my opinion, I've got to lean towards Crawford. Canelo.
Just when the narrative seems firmly in Canelo's favor, doubts appear from an unexpected source. Legendary promoter Bob Arum has recently criticized Canelo, suggesting his motivation might be waning. Arum claims Canelo is now fighting more like a businessman, focused on money rather than a warrior seeking greatness. This adds an interesting layer to the fight. Is Canelo still the hungry fighter he once was, or has success made him complacent? However, even with his criticism, Arum acknowledges that at 168 pounds, Canelo is a master in his natural weight class, where his power shines. He warns that while Crawford is an exceptional talent, the jump in weight might undermine his famous reflexes.
Canelo has shown in his last few fights that he's just a businessman. He's not in there to entertain the public. He just takes the big check. But again, if Canelo really fights, because I think safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
You've always praised Terence as a special fighter. Do you think he can beat Canelo?
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up? The Canelo who's looking to cash a big check, or the Canelo that really wants to fight like a fighter? Now, the Canelo we've seen the last 2 years is not only boring, but doesn't really have an incentive to mix it up and to entertain people with a good fight.
With the odds stacked against him, Crawford's best chance for victory may lie in his mental game. This is where the narrative shifts, with many experts believing we might witness a historic moment. Analyst Greg Hackett frames the fight as a possible changing of the guard in boxing, a night where technical skill could overcome brute force. Gerald Miller supports this view, emphasizing that Crawford's intense determination and mental strength could level the playing field. He argues that in such significant fights, the mind can push the body beyond its limits. Perhaps the strongest support for Crawford comes from Amir Khan, who has felt the power of both fighters. Khan believes Crawford is the fresher fighter with more skills, suggesting that years of tough fights may have finally taken a toll on Canelo, making him vulnerable to Crawford's abilities. They argue this isn't solely about weight classes. It's about one fighter's prime meeting another's decline.
I'm pulling for Crawford in this one. I think people are underestimating his strength right now and his size. I think he's a little more hungry than Canelo. So let's see though, but I like both guys, but I'm a little closer to Crawford, so I want to see Crawford can take it.
Beyond the technical analysis and expert views, a hint of controversy has added intrigue to this event. Social media buzz has reached a peak, but it's the official fight poster that has fans talking. Observers noted that the poster for Canelo vs. Crawford, featuring the tagline "The One," looks similar to the one for Floyd Mayweather vs. Canelo Alvarez in 2013. That night, a young, undefeated Canelo was schooled by Mayweather. This has sparked speculation and conspiracy theories. Is this a coincidence, or does it foreshadow something? Some fans believe it suggests that Canelo is being set up as the A-side powerhouse, like he was against Mayweather, only to be outsmarted by a superior technician. This subplot hints at the possibility of history repeating itself, with Canelo in the role of the defeated champion.
I've always went with Crawford this fight. It's nothing against Canelo, because Canelo's a hell of a fighter. I don't know how he is as a person. Neither the guy, I don't know how neither of them are as a person, but I like Crawford for challenging himself. Like, that's the type of things I do and I've done. So I like anybody that's willing to challenge themselves. Whether it's money or not, you still have the heart to go in there and challenge the bigger guy. So, but I think it's gonna be, I think if Crawford uses his boxing ability, then it'll be a better fight for him. If Crawford wins, then it makes his resume 10 times.
On one side is Canelo Alvarez, a powerful fighter in his prime weight class. On the other is Terence Crawford, a technical genius daring to tackle a steep challenge. Amid all the discussion, Gennady Golovkin's warning resonates. He emphasizes that it's not just Canelo's power, but also his relentless fighting style that will be the ultimate test. Canelo's style is designed to overwhelm opponents and push them to their limits. The world is about to discover if Crawford is the one fighter skilled enough to keep afloat, or if he, like many before him, will succumb to the relentless pressure. In a clash between raw power and technical expertise, will boxing fans witness a historic upset? Or will size and strength prove to be a challenge even for someone as skilled as Terence Crawford?
He's a dog, he's a beast, and he's out to prove something too. So I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him. But I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford. But also too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite, which is rightfully so.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.